Hey everyone, Emeka here from my self-publishingblueprint.com, and in today's video I want to talk to you about a rather controversial and, well, it's another tactic that's going around, and that's the unpublish and republish strategy that some people are using. So let me explain exactly what this is. You have a book on Amazon and it's not selling, or it made a few sales and then all of a sudden it starts sliding down the rank. It's not doing as well. And so what they do, or if the review process got messed up because they don't know how to find good VAs or whatever the case is, they will unpublish their book. And then they will take that book and republish the book and do the process all over again. In fact, I just watched a video, and albeit it was a couple years old, but the guy talks about how he does this every 4 or 5 months to all of his books, unpublishes and republishes. What you're doing here is a couple different things. One, this is not a strategy that's going to work for you long term. Amazon's been catching on to things like this, and well, let's just say you're not going to be in good shape once they discover what you're doing. But more importantly, you're focusing on the wrong thing, right? Okay, so you publish a book and you screw up with a VA or ranking the book or whatever the problem is, right? Okay, forget about that book. Focus on what's your next book. Just because you screwed up ranking your book doesn't make that book a lost cause, right? I have books that are on the second page that still sell. They still make, I don't know, how much is that book making? I don't know, probably just under $100 a month or something. Probably around 60 or so bucks a month, $60 a month. But it still sells, okay? Things don't have to be absolutely perfect in this business in order to make some good money. They don't. So if you have a book and all of a sudden it stops selling, well, one, are you doing any promotion to it? Like, are you doing countdown days after you do your free promotion, right? Are you trying to drive any actual traffic to it, or are you just relying on Amazon's traffic? Right? Do you email your list about that book at all? Right? There are certain things that you could do that take, like, literally those 3 things that I talked about will take you literally 5 minutes each, if that, to set them up and execute them. And that helps your books maintain long-term sales, right? But more importantly, if your book drops off, take time, figure out, okay, why did the book drop off? Is my cover just not as good as I think it is? Is that keyword not as profitable as I thought it once was? Right? That's one thing I do. I constantly update my keywords because things are always changing, right? People's buying habits are changing. The market is changing. What was profitable back in the fall is not profitable today in some cases. So I'm constantly monitoring, okay, hey, what are more profitable keywords that I can be adding to my book? And that's key for all of the keywords in your book, right? You have to be monitoring things. But unpublishing and republishing your book, that's just like a snake oil salesman tactic. It's just, you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're trying to cut corners, and this is just not going to help your long-term success. So remember, if your book is not getting the results that you want, take a look. What can you improve on the book? What do your negative reviews say? Are you driving any actual traffic to the book? That does help. It doesn't have to be a lot, but some traffic does help. Or just focus on publishing your next book, right? The name of the game, publishing. Kindle Publishing. Publish new books. Don't get caught up on books that aren't doing well. Don't get caught up on books that suck, that just are not performing the way you want or initially wanted, all right? And one thing I've noticed, and I'll leave it with this, is whenever I have a new book, in a niche and I promote that to my list, all the other books sales jump up a bit as well, because somebody in that lead magnet bought one book. Maybe they didn't buy the other ones. Maybe they didn't even know you had other books. Maybe they didn't even know you had an author profile. But those are all things I mentioned in my emails when I send out an email about a new book, because everything else tends to jump up with it. Anyways, hey, if you haven't got my free guide to Kindle publishing, make sure you check out the link in the description below. If you're ready to get going, make sure you hit up my selfpublishingblueprint.com. And if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Till next time, everyone, take care.